How's it going, Pisces community? Soul Tigers here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. So let's get started with the vibe and dishing out the introduction cards. Pisces, all is fair in love and the war of love, divinely given to you for many reasons. This depends on what you focus on, dear Pisces. With the belief nothing is possible, then it becomes easy to focus on all the bad things around you. Not giving up on your dreams puts you in a place where you are willing and focusing to put in the work that gets you closer and closer to your goals. A lot of times this means heading towards your fears, confronting them. Whoa, that was different. Excuse me. Confronting them through love. Oh my goodness. I feel like that is the key here, especially when it comes to facing your fears. Because if you face your fears in fear, then you're matching that energy. So how can you transcend past that energy if you're matching it? When you face it in love, that means you are raising your energy above that and you're not meeting your fears at those equal levels. So there's a lot that's been going on from your past into your present. And it's carrying on into your outlook of things when it comes to your future. When it comes to your past, there's a couple of things that either you have hidden from yourself or you're hiding from. This has to do with abundance, not feeling abundant. For some reason, you're not feeling successful, especially when it comes to love, I'm hearing to say. And this is something that has angered you from the past. Maybe this is something that has followed you throughout your life. Maybe there is a certain way that you wish people would love you, wish how people would treat you through love as well. And there's something here that you're at odds ends with is how to heal it, how to pick your head up from the different things that have happened, from the different ways. What I'm hearing to say is that people have failed you in your past. Maybe they were quick to judge and they were not quick to learn about you so that they could accept you for who you are. Maybe there was a lot of putting on that you should be a certain way. And a lot of times when you go through things, not everybody fits into the cookie cutter mold, especially if you have a past where you had to get through a lot of different tough situations. Right here, you have a hard time creating some kind of action. Could it be being able to put something to an end so you can start something new, so you can head off into what I'm seeing is a direction of expansion, being able to expand yourself opposed to keeping yourself so closed off. Maybe this has to do with the different people around you, the different partnerships that you've been in. Maybe the expansion is seeing that there are bigger things possible for you, especially now in your present moment. But you have to choose what you're going to focus on. If you focus on everything that makes you angry, all those fears that are triggered from the past now into your future, then this is why not many things seem possible for you and why you feel like you're stuck in a hamster wheel. And when it comes to having to do with the future is maybe you don't see something pure. Maybe you don't see something that you can be innocent in. Maybe it's the fact that you always have to put on a mask to appease others or to show up at an equal level. If you're in a toxic environment, then you're going to have to, or you have been equipping yourself in such a way to counteract what's happening in your environment. But in that way, it's all through anger. And I feel like this is why love is very, very important to help heal something else here that you're not seeing and that you're at odds, ends with, especially when it comes to the future of things, is having a rebirth. Being okay with having a rebirth, being okay with maybe it could be starting over, starting somewhere new. The great thing about starting over or starting something new, then you get a blank canvas to start painting the picture that you want to paint, so to say. I was in conversation with somebody who was a military partner, and they would have to go with their spouse to many different places and have many different start overs. And if you've ever had a start over, a new beginning in a totally different place, it is a little bit kind of overwhelming, but when you get through it, you find this new appreciation for having done it. And what's crazy is after you've done it once, a lot of times you'll crave it again, so that you're able to master new places. Seeing how you can master new places, this is quite interesting. When you head towards those fears and you learn about yourself, you learn how strong you are, you learn how capable you are as well. So let's go ahead and dive into the present. Spirit guides, what is it that needs to come out for the present? Your compassion. This is what should lead the action for you, is the things that you're compassionate about, the love that you have for certain things. Maybe you want to be somebody who is in some type of service position where you help others. Maybe there's a strong calling that you are feeling pulled to, but you don't know how to go to it because you are fearful of putting certain things to an end. And that is all about the 12th house energy, and as well as mutable energy. So your 12th house energy, Pisces, deals with ending an old cycle to prepare for a new one. And when it comes to 12-12 type of energy, divine timings at work. Be open to the flow. Remember that a lot of times when we try and hang on to things that are no longer good for us, that's us. Basically, what I'm seeing is damming up the flow of things, letting things get congested. So let's dive into this present moment. It's a lot of present into the future of things. And when it comes to the present moment, we have this Queen of Swords. Unsure how to handle things, unsure how to speak about things. This Queen of Swords is very off balance right now. She's doing a little too much to try and conquer things. And with this Page of Swords, it's a lot of jumping the gun, so to say. That means impulsiveness that's here. And this impulsiveness is driven through, what I'm hearing to say is, the depression that has been around them, the depression that is geared by feeling like people, places are withholding fairness, some kind of currency of fairness, meeting you at an equal level. And this is something that's really hard for you. It's something that's definitely plagues your mind a lot. Could be something that you like to or have gotten into the routine of overthinking. And you overthink it because there's something here that you want to happen. There's something different that you want to happen. You want it to be more emotionally evolved. I don't know if it's that you're waiting for others to create action, because the Queen of Swords, she can be a very active queen. She's a queen that doesn't deal with a lot of bullshit. She is kind of quick to take somebody out and then ask questions later. And maybe this is something that's happening with you. You're quick to race off. You're quick to jump to conclusions. And you're also quick to be hard on yourself. You're really flexed into the mental side of things. For some reason, right here, you only have the Five of Cups showing the emotional side of things. And this Five of Cups energy, like I said, is very depressing. It could have to do with the partnership that's around you, followed by this World card. The World card is Saturn energy, talks about the things that we hold on to for security, but we also resist change in. And I'm wondering if that's why you hold back trying to do things. And then we have the Strength card here, having this willpower, which is very interesting because a lot of these other cards come out in reverse or in confused positions. But your Strength card is out in the open. It is face up. It is your willpower. And I'm being told to refer to the archangel that represents the Leo, which is Camus. And he is primarily uses his divine powers to help people foster peace within themselves and others by helping them approach their problems with love and compassion. That's very, very, very interesting. This archangel's name means one who seeks the divine, aka God, and what I'm reading there. So there's something here about the future of things. I feel like to see this brighter future, to see different things possible for you to pick your head up and start to move out of this kind of depressing kind of state, is you're going to have to do things a little bit different. Again, in that love, in that compassion. And not just giving that away to others, because a lot of times we feel like in order to show somebody that we love them, we have to do so much self-sacrificing. And this is reminding me of a conversation that I had with a fellow Aquarius. And in this conversation, this Aquarius is getting ready to go through a rebirth, but that has taken them putting an end to something. And when they were speaking about it, they mentioned how they started to realize how much they were holding themselves back for this situation, to stay in this situation, because there was something there that they truly valued a lot, but they realized no matter how much they valued it, it was still holding them back. So they created that will through love, through compassion, and they put things to an end. Not in a way where they seeked out vengeance, not in a way where they were at war with this other person, place, and or thing, but again, through love. Love for themselves, love for this other person, place, and or thing. And a lot of times, in order to end things, we really feel like, or we've been taught that we have to be pushed so far to where we kind of just like demolish it, and that's how we call it done with it. You don't have to do that. You can come to a higher belief and an understanding within yourself and start to recognize what you actually need versus the things that kept you there through your wants, through lust, through desires and stuff like that, that were in the shadow side of the ego. Oh my goodness gracious. I know that I've been in a last situation where I had an ex, and I speak upon this because neither me or this ex wanted to put things to an end long before it did come to an end, and it would have been the healthier choice for myself. But again, I waited just like this ex for everything to start to explode, everything to start to kind of go to war with each other before we could finally say, this is it, this is all that we can do type of thing. And again, we don't have to wait for that extreme to recognize when our needs are not being met. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot of times, even back then, I was still seeking love for myself through another. Maybe this is something for you to ponder on, Pisces. Are you still seeking love for yourself through another? Or have you learned how to fulfill that void that you have within you? All right, so let's call in the angels of protection. Angels of protection. Oh, that's different. Please help, guide, and keep us protected as we navigate the shadow side here to the Piscean community. Alright, I'm hearing like one more card. What is the last card? There is our last card. It's very interesting how these all fell out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 all come out in side position. Only one came out right. So if we go for these 8, you have the universe support, prosperity is coming, and old phase is ending. That's if you want to allow it. And maybe this is something that you fear here, because speaking about that past relationship, that was something that I feared, and I feel like my ex feared as well, and that's why we fought so much in trying to control and hang on to something that was inevitably going to happen. So something here with the past, it has to do with support, it has to do with nurturing, it has to do with giving. Maybe in the past there was somebody here who did not set these type of examples for you. Maybe there was somebody in the past who set quite opposite examples for you, and this was the type of relationship that you had with them, but this could have been the type of relationship that they showed you to have with others as well. Whatever it was a lot geared by somebody wanting the world to revolve around them type of thing. Somebody who wants all the resources in a sense for themselves. And something that we have here is when it comes to your anger, it's really hard to navigate the emotions. It's really hard to take your time to navigate those emotions. It's easier to be quick when it comes to the injustice of things, especially when you feel like people are deceiving you. People are not being true to you type of thing. And this is the same thing like you're seeing, this is carrying from the past into the present into the future. Maybe you faced a lot of depressing type of situations in your past when it came to deceit as well. People that you were doing a lot of self-sacrificing for. A lot of times we will repeat the type of relationship that we have with family into the relationships and partnerships that we have with others. And sometimes it takes a certain partnership, it takes a certain relationship to bring out those old fears that we have hidden within us that have been there since the past. And we came up with certain ways of tucking those fears away from us that we become very, it's not arrogant, but we become very quick to react to things because we feel like the past is repeating itself. And maybe this is why in a way you can be so forceful with things, I'm hearing to say, when it comes to holding on to the things that you feel like you worked hard for. The things that you were investing in when it came to the future, the stability of the future, wanting to have some ideal future. And again, this is something that you've been really passionate about since you were young. And this is something, again, that keeps you very, very, very reactive. And this lands on that strength card. So that very reactiveness is something that also you feel very strong about. You feel very strong in trying to handle all this because there's something here that you don't want to lose. And there's something here that is geared from a younger side, especially a younger emotional side to you. There's something here from a young time that gave you some kind of charisma or even some kind of inspiration for you to want to hang on so much and not let this end, type of thing. Oh my goodness. That happens. There's a lot of times that happens. We learn certain things from our past, and a lot of times the things that we learn from our past are geared from certain fears of certain type of outcomes. And maybe there's some kind of fear here where you don't want to be out on your own with things. Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anybody paired up. There's no kind of pairing except for that partnership that's coming out in the introduction. But when it comes to your block, when it comes to your shadow side, there's a big fear of you being on your own. But when you take these adventures on your own, that's when you're able to heal. And a lot of Buddhist beliefs, with the grand masters, the teachers, they have to go on this pilgrimages of being in hermit mode, off by themselves, to heal, to be able to gain new understandings, to deprogram what they once knew, to allow something else to come in of higher vibrations, higher beliefs, higher understandings. A lot of times when it comes to the people, places that we've been in order to heal, we have to take time for ourselves. We have to learn about ourselves. And I was watching this a long time ago. I was watching something, or I was reading something, and it had mentioned in the different partnerships that we have, we become a little bit of that partner that we're in that situation with. And a lot of times people who jump from partnerships to partnerships to partnerships, whether it's in relationships or business, they always take a little bit of being that other with them. But in the end, they end up cycling out who they actually are at the core. And they stay in a cycle of who all these others were, who they are, to match all these others. So at the end of the day, they don't even know who they are. Through many different situations that you've been in from the past till now, Pisces, you have to ask yourself, do you know who you really are at the core? Is it time to take some kind of mission where you go off on your own and heal and learn how to let go of these other things through different means of healing? A lot of it could have to do with therapy. Finding somebody who is a professional who doesn't know anything about you but what you tell them. Somebody who's there to listen to you. Somebody who's there to help you learn how to guide yourself out of this shadow side of way of thinking and help you get to that lighter side of the ego where you're willing to learn from these situations that have been really hard for you. But first, that takes that action. That takes that action in recognizing that there is a lot of anger still built up within you that is unknowingly governing a lot of your decisions in life. All right, Pisces. So let's go ahead and call in the divine and universal energy. What is it that needs to come out? What are the positive messages for the Pisces community? Oh my goodness, when I was cleansing your card, this was pretty awesome because vanity definitely came out in the cleanse, and now it just pops right out as the first card. Oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and I'm hearing one more. What is the last one? That must have been the last one. Oh, this is really beautiful how this is unfolding. So when it comes to the past of things, don't be confused. It's definitely meant to enlighten you. All those things that you feel like were out of control at one time, all those things that lowered your self-esteem and created a lot of insecurities within you, when you go in and you start to heal this, you're going to not be confused anymore, because you're going to get to enlightenment. Learning from these lessons, seeing yourself a little bit different from these lessons, and seeing the facades of the past a little bit different. And this is where you're going to be able to get to that more positive side when it comes to solar plexus energy, where you're going to find that confidence. You're going to find that personal power, that self-discipline, joy, and motivation to face those fears. But you're also going to be able to sit in the seat of knowing your self-worth after being out in the cold with yourself for so long. It takes pretty drastic, hard situations going through, especially with others, for people to start to question things. I was going through a particular situation with my immediate family, and I didn't know how to deal with it, because at the core, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right what was being done. It didn't feel right in how I was being treated. And when I actually went and entered therapy, it was quite amazing to have this first therapist tell me, like, why do you put up with this kind of stuff? Like, I myself wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put up with this. And it was just very eye-opening for another person to give me a different view. And a lot of times when we sit in counsel with others, especially people who are higher up spiritually, they're going to give us another view. But that's if we are willing to open ourselves to see it. And sometimes too, a part of that view, a part of gaining clarity and insight, is holding gratitude for the different people, places that we've been in partnerships with. Because again, they teach us how to question things, how, especially in how they are treating us, how we are treating ourselves, especially when it comes to our insecurity versus our vanity. You know, being able to be a little full of yourself isn't a bad thing. That's you being able to see yourself a little bit differently. I mean, would you rather be full of yourself, or would you rather hate yourself, type of thing? And that's kind of like where you're stuck at. It's either it's either you're operating through those insecurities and you hide yourself away from all the good things that you are about, all the good things that others look up to you. And these others, I don't think, have an idea how much you really suffer at the root of things, especially since that younger age. And it's these insecurities from the past into the present that have you so quick to react to things. And maybe part of that reacting to things is you having a fear of rejection. Maybe that's always been a fear that you've carried with you from your past until now. And maybe this is why you do the most when it comes to trying to get away from it. Maybe this is why you sit here and you feel like you have to show up in certain ways in order to be seen, in order to be valued, and in order for people to respect you. But just know the thing is people can only respect you as much as they respect themselves. Just know that people can only love you as much as they love themselves. There's always going to be somebody here with a closed heart chakra, jealousy, bitterness, holding grudges, and having a lack of empathy for others. Again, because they kind of operate in that harshness, and they look to fill their voids through creating chaos, through creating this bitterness towards others. But it really doesn't feed their voids, honestly. These people that sit here and do that, honestly, this is the very thing to be grateful for. Why is this the very thing to be grateful for? Because their mask slips off and you're able to see who they are. And when that happens, this is when you can see miracles. Miracles in the fact that maybe the way they act has nothing to do with you, and it has everything to do with them, from the past to the present. And maybe when you can understand that, that's when you can go and assess the things that trigger you, the things that anger you, the things that need to heal, especially when it comes to partnerships. And you having the goal of having a partnership that is more abundant than taking. But first, we have to overcome rejection, and we have to overcome feeling like being perfect all the time. Because how can you be perfect if there is deceit that's happening? How can you be perfect when it comes to balancing deceit, especially with others who poke at your insecurity? Oh my goodness. This is when you have to create that action. Are you still wanting to hang on to everything that's the same? Or are you ready to expand yourself and head off into other directions? Directions that you were originally heading in when it came to how you wanted to invest in your future from that younger time. The thing is finding the strength, dear Pisces. You have the strength to overcome this depression that's happening due to the people around you from the past to the present. Because it's these people who are going to give you your rebirth when it comes to understanding what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Something just as an extra little tidbit, Pisces, is that full moon that was on May 1st was the full moon in Scorpio, which is the flower moon. Scorpio is all about transformation through relationships, 8th house energy. And as I'm mentioning with a lot of different stories this time, is you have to be put in the meat grinder, so to say, with these places that are no good, these places that treat you in such foul ways, for you to finally start to question things, for you to start to want to create action because you want to be treated different. But the whole thing is you can't come to this kind of thought process if you weren't put in these hard situations. A lot of times we have to learn what we deserve by being given less. And I feel like that is something here for you, Pisces. It doesn't make you any less because of the facades of the past. You know, the things that were taught to you at one time. It doesn't make you any less, because guess what? You have many seasons to go. You have many seasons to grow. And this is not all she wrote just yet. Oh my goodness, I really like this, Pisces. And this is kind of concluded. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful rest of your day.